Live on YouTube, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, we are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? How are you all doing today? The wind is a lot calmer today on the trail, so this should be a very nice and easy walk with no sound issues or anything like that. Let's hope the reception is good, like it was yesterday. Hope you're all enjoying this amazing day wherever you're at in your neck of the woods. I have a business topic here today that's very relevant to anyone and everyone that creates content on the internet. And we're going to be discussing copyright law today and what's considered fair use. We're going to get to that in just a little bit. I'm just going to wait for people to get the notification. I had to push this show back a little bit because I had some things to take care of in my home office that took a little longer than expected. So my apologies for the late start if you are here live. If you're here on the replay, it's on demand, it's not going to matter. Now, if you're a content creator, especially out here on YouTube, because that's where it's going to primarily focus here today, go rally up the troops. Make people aware that I'm going to be discussing copyright law and what's considered fair use. And I will start off by saying this in the most humble ways possible. There's no other creator on this platform here on YouTube that understands copyright law, understands fair use, understands YouTube's community guidelines, understands YouTube's monetization policies for monetized channels. There's no one that understands the YouTube terms of service better than me. You can ask me any question. I can even tell you exactly where to go find what I'm going to say on Google by Googling it. You can actually test me by looking up the information yourself. I'm just going to clearly explain it here today and explain some personal experiences that, that information is not available actually on those Google pages, but the personal experiences are what people more so care about regarding what happens when you file copyrights, right? How does the system work, right? What does it actually accomplish? What doesn't it accomplish? We're going to go in depth today. So rally up the troops. I know there are many people that really want to know how the system works. I'll tell you why, because over the last 2 days or so, I received a bunch of emails from people asking me how fair use actually works, because they know that in the past I've dealt with with copyright issues here on YouTube, and I found a way to resolve those issues, even current issues, by handling it a different way. I'm going to wait. There's a woman coming on the side of the trail, so I'm going to wait for her to pass. Oh, she's turning around now? Okay. She's going back the other way. Maybe she saw me coming with the camera and said, that guy's coming with the camera. That YouTuber. Okay. Well, that's cool. Now, as far as community news goes, I like to talk about community news typically at the beginning of, these Walking with Purpose streams, but there's really not a lot to talk about. It's been all quiet on the Western Front. Things in my neck of the woods and my lady's neck of the woods are doing great. My lady is in a good mood, and everything was cool, but her landlord, who's also a good friend of hers, actually got, he fell and hurt himself at a bank in their town. And Troll Patrol. Fair use. What do you mean by fair use, sir? What kind of a comment is that to start off this show? I know who you are, Troll Patrol. And hey, if you want to stick around and participate in this conversation in a reasonable way, no problem. The moment you attack myself, any of my moderators, or anybody that's decent in my chat, I'll remove you. But if you follow the rules, you can participate, sir. That's not a problem. It's really not a problem. I'm going to pull up the side and wait for this gentleman to pass. Man, I'll tell you, the grass is really, really dry here. It is really dry. Wow, I've never seen it this dry. Whew. So you care to expand more on why you would type in the words fair use in the chat, sir, without anything supporting you saying that? Like, what was the point of your comment, sir? Can you please be more specific? Got 11 in the box. Thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you folks are showing up because I will clear up any questions you have. Now, again, I was saying my lady's landlord was, he fell while he was at a local bank, and she's helping him out. He's okay, but she's helping him out and taking him to the hospital to get checked out and stuff. He called her when it happened. So my lady probably is not going to be here on this stream today. That's a good point, Troll Patrol. I was going to get to that. Just saying, fair use only allows for small snippets accompanied by commentary. Correct. The terminology here in the U.S. is fair use doctrine allows people to use small excerpts, which is what they're called, for commentary, criticism, etc., right? For documentary purposes, etc. Small excerpts, not full 1-2 hour live streams or, full, reaction videos to 30 or 60 minute long pre-recorded videos. It allows for small excerpts, right? Keep that in mind. Now, people that are using full-length videos and live streams and making commentary along the way are going to argue this and say that that's fair use as long as I'm making commentary the entire time. Technically, it is not fair use because you're not just using small excerpts. You're using the entire piece. In essence, devaluing the original content creator's creation, right? So yes, Troll Patrol, you're right about that. You're absolutely 1,000,000% correct about that. So let's just get right to it. This is episode, I believe it's episode number 350, if I remember correctly. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose live edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in beautiful Redwood City, California. I believe it's episode 350. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. And the topic today is let's talk about copyright law and what's considered fair use. One more time, let's talk about copyright law and what's considered fair use. So as we were discussing a second ago, as Troll Patrol was saying, fair use This is what fair use is. This is the technical term for fair use. Now, it's called fair use here in the U.S. In other countries, they call it fair doctrine, or sorry, they call it fair dealing. Sorry, fair dealing. Hey, Jackson, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. So, in the U.S., you will hear fair use being called fair use. In other countries, such as the UK and other countries, it's referred to as fair dealing. Fair use and fair dealing is pretty much the same thing. And copyright laws are fairly similar in every country. They may vary a little bit, but basically they're the same thing. And YouTube handles them pretty much the same way as they do here in the US. And every country recognizes that. So when YouTube takes down videos by way of a copyright takedown notice, wherever they're coming from, they're handled in the same ways as they're handled here in the US. And every country is satisfied with that. It's pretty much the same thing. There's a dude that was talking on his cell phone with the speaker on. You could hear his lady yelling loud. Got to keep the ladies happy. Got to appease those emotions, right? All right. So fair use or fair doctrine allows creators to use small excerpts, meaning small pieces, to transform the content by adding commentary to it, criticism, etc. Okay. Now, what is considered a small excerpt? Well, I've heard a lot of attorneys out here on YouTube, or copyright attorneys out here on YouTube, state that you should use as little as possible, right? What is little? 5% or less is what a lot of them say. But you want to use the least amount of copyrighted content possible, because even if you only use 1 second of somebody's copyrighted content, they can flag you down and YouTube will have to take it down for copyright, right? Or any other place where somebody violates your copyright. It could be, on another platform, Facebook, Twitch, they do video, right? It could be on a platform like Teespring where people, take your image without your permission and make merchandise off of it. That's your copyright. You can flag that down, okay? So what most attorneys will say, and what I say, is use 5% or less. For example, if a creator does a 10-minute video, 5% of that video would be about 30 seconds, right? And if you're good at editing, you can edit 30 seconds out of that creator's video and do some commentary on it. And then if you want to be a nice person and reduce your chances of being flagged down for copyright, you can be nice and say, check out the rest of the video here at this creator's channel. This is my opinion, this is my review of it, right? That's the proper way to do it, but most people don't do it that way, right? Most people don't do it that way. So that's what fair use is. Now, who governs fair use? Who is the only organization that can say what truly is fair use or not? That is the Federal Copyright Court. The Federal Copyright Court here in the U.S., and however it works in other countries, probably similar, but here in the U.S., only the Federal Copyright Court can deem what is legally fair use or not. Hey, Lewis, how you doing? Great show with Sifu Smo the other night, says Troll Patrol. Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it was a good show. By the way, my lady and I are considering bringing on Dion as a third wheel co-host. And we say third wheel, Dion, with respect. We haven't even talked with him about this yet. But since you asked, I wanted to give you a sneak peek that we're considering bringing him on at times as a co-host, as like the third wheel. Respectfully speaking, that is, Dion. Sifu Smo. I'm doing good, says Lewis, and you gave me a like. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate that, bro. Much love, much appreciation. All right. Let's continue here, right? So now we know what fair use is, and we know that only the federal copyright court here in the U.S. country can say what is fair use or not fair use. Okay? Now, how does YouTube's copyright system work? A lot of people will tell you their own charade version of it, right? Because they want to tell you the version that's going to work best for them, right? But this is the truth, because I'll tell you folks, I no longer file copyrights. I've made a choice within myself to not file copyrights anymore and to not flag people down for guideline issues. I just don't have the time for it. And here's the thing. If other people are causing issues, let other people handle that. I'm too busy creating real content. And I'm a big boy, and I don't need to deal with the crap and the repercussions that come with all of it, right? Now, I'm not trying to discourage you folks from, protecting your content, filing copyrights, or flagging people. That's on you. I myself have made a personal choice because I wanted to prove something to myself. I wanted to prove something to myself that regardless of how many people abuse my copyrighted content, I'm still going to grow while that's happening. That's what I'm trying to prove here. But hey, you handle it the way you want to handle it. This is just the way I've decided to handle it. You have the right to file a copyright on anything that you own the copyright to. And you can file as many copyrights as you want. We're going to get to that in a bit, because there are some myths saying that if you file too many copyright strikes on somebody and the creator gets them reversed by way of a counter notification, you can get your channel shut down. Nope, that's hogwash. And I'll share more about that in a bit. Okay, that's hogwash. That's what these creators want you to believe, because they don't want you filing copyrights in the first place. Now again, it's up to you what you want to do. I've chosen to no longer copyright strike people, okay? But for you, it may be different. For you, you may feel the need to do it and want to do it. That's on you. But you should never ever fear protecting your content should you feel the need to do so. You have the choice of allowing someone to use your content and not flagging them, but you can flag them down as many times as you want. And here's all that matters. All that matters is that you fill out a legal and complete copyright takedown notice. And YouTube's made it very easy now with their system in the back end of YouTube. It's all automated. Very easy to do so, right? Now, so let's talk about what happens when you file a DMCA copyright takedown notice on a YouTube channel for using your content, right? Okay? Because I'll tell you, not on this channel here, on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, that's been monetized for 2.5 years. I filed about 210 copyright takedowns between my own, and then they have the copyright match tool. Everyone gets the copyright match tool now, pretty much, after you file one copyright takedown on any channel. And a lot of times the copyright match tool will catch things, but I filed a lot of manual, copyright takedown notices in the past. So I've got a lot of experience on how this works. So what happens when you file a DMCA copyright takedown? Okay? You basically, get the video link of the infringer, and you have your link of the content being infringed that you own the copyright to, right? And then, unless they use your entire video, you can either select entire video of where the infringing content is located at, or you select timestamps. Most of the time you'll select timestamps because even if people are using a large portion of your content, they might do like a 4 or 5 hour live stream, and maybe an hour of that stream was using your content and the other 4 hours wasn't. You want to basically timestamp it so the YouTube copyright department can easily identify it and process your request as quickly as possible. Okay? The more accurate you are, the quicker they will process your request. Sorry, it's getting a little windy now here. So I hope you can still hear me, folks. Now, you submit it, it's valid, it's legal, YouTube approves it, what happens? They send you an email back and it says, "Dear blah 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 channel, thank you for your submission, the content has been removed." At the same time, they send an email to the infringer saying, "Dear such and such channel, we received a copyright takedown notice for one of your videos. As a result, we've removed the video and you've now received a copyright strike," right? Here are your options. You can wait for the strike to, expire in 90 days. Or if you feel that the content you use falls within fair use or fair dealing guidelines, then you can file a counter notification, right? So what is a counter notification? It is a legal rebuttal to any creator that's received a copyright takedown notice. They can say, this is fair use. I used it under fair use. So what happens? That creator will go into the back end of YouTube and they'll click on submit a counter notification. Then they'll say, the content I'm using is fair use. It's used for criticism, commentary under Fair Use Copyright Act, or the Copyright Act Section 107, the Copyright Act, fair use, whatever. I think it's Section 107 if I remember correctly, right? Typically, it takes a few days for a counter notification to be processed. There seem to be a lot of inconsistencies on what YouTube considers fair use. Well, Jackson, it's not YouTube's decision what's fair use or not. It is only the decision of the federal copyright court here in the US or the highest court of copyright in other countries. YouTube, let me tell you how it works. I was just going to get to that, but great comment. As long as you file a counter, no matter whether it's fair use or not, on YouTube, as long as you submit a counter notification stating that you used it for fair use, 99.9% of the time, YouTube will approve your counter notification. Because YouTube is not here to decide what's fair use or not. YouTube is just following the law to protect themselves from copyright issues on the platform and the copyright court of law. So again, this is something that many people don't understand. It's YouTube is not, YouTube does not decide what's fair use or not. Now, there are times when something is clearly fair use in YouTube's eyes, and if you submit a copyright takedown notice, they might send you an email back and they say, "Dear blah blah blah, thank you for your copyright submission. We are really concerned that the content being used is protected by fair use or fair dealing laws. If you feel otherwise, please answer the questions below," and then they give you some questions to answer, right? I've had that happen to me in the past. And as long as you answer those questions properly, even if you get that notice that says, we are really concerned that your copyright request is protected by fair use laws, As long as you answer those questions properly on that email, then YouTube will end up taking down the video, right? But YouTube does not decide what's fair use or not. They just have to follow the law of the DMCA copyright system, according to the federal copyright court law, or the laws in your country. But there's a lot more, folks. There's a lot more here. A lot more that most creators out here on YouTube don't know, don't understand. Even certain creators that think they know copyright law or think they know how the YouTube system works. I encourage all of you to listen up, because honestly, and this is the honest to God truth, I do not want to see anyone's channels being shut down. And there are many people I've seen on this platform that use very, very large portions, or they rebroadcast entire streams. Not just one person that's done it to me. There are many, many men and women on this platform that do this. They do live streams, and all they do is rebroadcast other live streams. You're going to want to listen up, because let me tell you something. You continue doing that, and your channel will be shut down. And it won't be shut down for violating copyright. I'll get more into that in a bit, so stick around, rally up the troops. I'm going to share more. This has happened before. This has happened before many times to many people. And in the past, I've warned these same people, fix this issue now, or here's what's going to happen next. Number one, you'll be removed from the YouTube Partner Program. Number two, your channel will get shut down. Well, a lot of these creators, what happens is they get removed from the YouTube Partner Program, and then they fix their issue so their channel doesn't get shut down. But they could have also saved their YouTube Partner Program status by doing it before they got removed from the YouTube Partner Program. So you want to prevent yourselves from being removed from the YouTube Partner Program and or having your channel shut down. You're going to want to listen up. Because yes, like I was saying, let's amp up the example so people understand this, right? Let's say there's a creator. This is for example purposes. Let's say there's a creator that uses very large portions of content amongst several creators on YouTube. And let's say 10 different creators that this creators use large portions of their content. Let's say all 10 creators, they file a DMCA copyright takedown notice, and then this creator gets 10 copyright strikes. Is that going to shut down his channel right away? Absolutely not. Unless, well, it will shut them down if they're not in the YouTube Partner Program. If they are in the YouTube Partner Program, if you get 3 or more strikes while you're in the YouTube Partner Program, YouTube will give you 7 days to resolve these copyright issues. If they are not resolved within 7 days, then your channel will be shut down and you will be removed from the YouTube Partner Program, obviously, because the channel won't be there anymore. So that's how that works, right? So let's say a creator in the YouTube Partner Program gets 10 copyright strikes from 10 different creators where he or she used large portions of their content, right? YouTube puts him through. This creator now has 10 copyright strikes. He's in the YouTube Partner Program, or she's in the YouTube Partner Program. They're going to be given the option to file counter notifications on all 10 of those. And as long as all 10 of those counter notifications are approved before the 7 days are up, they will allow that channel to stay active until those videos are reinstated, or the person that filed the original copyright, if they decide to file a lawsuit in a federal copyright court, which in most cases for smaller YouTubers, we don't have the money or the resources to do that, right? That's what happens, okay? And that's what many creators that violate copyrights that's what many creators that violate people's copyright, they count on. They know the system and they play the system. Many creators have played the system on this. Now, this particular creator has filed 10 counter notifications because he or she's in the YouTube Partner Program. And let's say, well, you get basically, if the counter notification goes through, the original copyright holder that filed the copyright takedown has 10 business days to file a lawsuit in a federal copyright court, in the federal copyright court system. And if they don't, then the video gets reinstated and the copyright strike gets removed. Now, there is something that was enacted a little over a year ago, but it hasn't been finalized yet. They have approved a small claims copyright court for these issues, but they're still working out the kinks as far as I know. I haven't seen any updates, so basically small creators, when it comes to this, are pretty much screwed until that copyright court, that small claims copyright court is fully functioning. I'll look into that more and update you folks in the future regarding that. Give me a second, folks. There's a little bit of wind here. So let's say that creator that got 10 copyright strikes, that filed 10 counter notifications, let's say they didn't get sued, and all 10 of their videos were reinstated. Now their channel has no copyright strikes. They're still in the YouTube Partner Program, and it's business as usual. Okay? And the people that filed the copyrights are ticked off because nothing happened, right? Okay? Here's the thing, that these creators that received all these strikes and that are also the YouTube Partner Program don't understand, or may understand and not sharing it with you. Every time you file a copyright takedown notice on someone, or if there's a bunch of them, do you not think that's going to trigger an alert at YouTube to say, wow, there are a bunch of people filing copyrights on this one or two channels here, right? What's going on here? Let's take a deeper look and see why this is really happening. Oh, okay, this channel's in the YouTube Partner Program, and it looks like 70 or 80% of their content is full re-uploads, or they're using an incredibly large amount of other people's content to create their content, right? Listen very carefully if you are a creator that does this, and there are many creators out here that do this, and I want to help protect you from losing not only your monetization status and being removed from the YouTube Partner Program, but getting your channel shut down. I want you all to go Google search YouTube's reused content policy. YouTube's reused content policy. What is YouTube's reused content policy? Basically, it more so protects YouTube's monetization system from being abused, but it also does affect channels that aren't monetized either. But if you have a lot of reused content on your channel, That's the first thing they look for when they review everybody's channel that's in the YouTube Partner Program every 6 months for inclusion, for continuing inclusion in it. They look to see how much of your content is reused. How do they do that? Well, they'll skim through some. They'll run it through their content ID system and see how much of other people's content you're using. They'll look to see how many copyright claims you have. Now, copyright claims are not copyright strikes. Copyright claims happen when you use like copyrighted music or another video on the platform that is run by a major company that has the content ID system to protect their content. Most of the time you'll get content ID claims for using music, but sometimes you'll get them for using videos from, you know, major companies that run YouTube channels as well. For example, if you use content from like CNN or Fox or ABC or NBC, they have content ID. And if you use too much of it, even a little bit sometimes, YouTube's content ID system will give you a copyright claim. Hey, good day to you, Tam. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. Great to see you here. We're talking about copyright law and what's considered fair use. So every 6 months or so, YouTube will go through every single channel in the partner program and make sure they're compliant with monetization policies, community guidelines, and copyright guidelines. And this is where I'm going to come out and say this, okay? To the channels out there that reuse a lot of content, the more and more copyright strikes you get on your channel, even if you successfully file a counter notification and get them reinstated, the more eyes from Team YouTube look into your channel for other issues like reused content, bullying and harassment, etc. It is a flag for YouTube to look at your channel, especially if you're in the YouTube Partner Program. So think about it, okay? So if you're a creator that understands copyright and defeats all copyright strikes using the counter notification system, which is fine, it's your right to do so, right? You have to understand, the more and more people file copyright strikes on you, the more eyes you get on your channel. So why would you want to put your channels at risk? I've seen many creators out here on this platform, many of them, get removed from the YouTube Partner Program for this exact same thing, reused content, right? Look it up. Look it up. If you're a creator and if you're in the YouTube Partner Program especially, go to Google, the search engine Google that owns YouTube, and type in reused, R-E-U-S-E-D space content policy YouTube and read it for yourself. Also, go on your YouTube app and type in reused content and see how many creators have been removed from the YouTube Partner Program for reused content and how some of them were able to get back in once they removed all of it, right? So I've talked about this for many years on YouTube. I've tried to help many people out here on YouTube to understand this. And most people still don't get it. And hey, that's on you. If your channel gets removed from the YouTube Partner Program and or gets terminated for a terms of service violation for reused content, right, or whatever else they find when they're flagged to look at your channels because of all the copyright strikes you receive, even if you successfully reverse them with a counter notification. You only have yourselves to blame, right? You only have yourselves to blame. So what's the solution to that? And I'm gonna share the solution here that I've shared every time I talk about this. It's been a while since I talked about this. I used to talk about it a lot on my former channel. But the solution to this is not to even put all that content that you've reused on private. Delete that content. Because if you leave content to private on your channel, Team YouTube can still look at it and you will still be penalized for it if it violates the terms of service. The only way you're safe is by removing that content, deleting it. Hey, if you want to download a copy of it, if you don't already create backups as you're uploading or as you're streaming, download a copy of it, save it for your records, okay? But delete it. Delete all that content. Because if you don't, you're putting yourself at great risk for being removed for reused content. Give me a second here, folks. There's also another better solution to all of this. Don't abuse other people's content. I'm not saying to not do reaction videos. I'm not saying to not, critique or make commentary on other people's videos. Do that, but use 5% or less of their video. And in your commentary, don't just create videos that are going to attack as a form of attacking and defaming their character, because those will get removed for bullying and harassment when YouTube does a deep dive on your channels, especially if you're in the YouTube Partner Program, right? Now, why do most people flag people down? Is it because they really care that their content was used, or is it because they're being bullied and harassed? And the reason is because they feel they're being bullied and harassed. And while I can understand that, it's not the right way to handle it, in my opinion. You folks decide to do what you want to do for yourselves, right? The reason why people copyright strike someone when they're being bullied and harassed is because in the past, when I used to flag people for guideline stuff, like I said, I don't flag anymore at all. I don't have time to do it, and it's just stupid in my opinion. I'm just doing my own thing. I'm strong enough to be on this platform and just do my thing and not worry about what anyone else says, thinks, or does to me. I just don't care. But not everyone is there yet, and that's okay. The system is there if you need to use it. But the reason why people flag people down for copyright instead of bullying and harassment, because the community guideline flagging system very rarely takes people down. And here's the thing. The reason why they don't take these channels down when they're flagged for bullying and harassment, even if they are bullying and harassing, it's because they're so overwhelmed with flags, it takes them a long time to get to certain flags. Team YouTube has certain what do you call it? What's the right word? Certain systems in place, to the point of where they're not going to waste the time of a human reviewer when someone flags their channel for bullying and harassment, or when someone flags their channel for bullying and harassment immediately, right? They're not going to do that. I don't know exactly how it works, but this is how a lot of people have said it works, or they think it works. Yes, it can only take one flag to remove a video, but it's rare. Typically, they have to see a lot of activity on that channel. And I think certain channels that are in worse standing than others, like I believe every channel gets a score, a trust score. And the channels that have a lower trust score are probably more likely to get reviewed by a human reviewer faster than channels that are in good standing, because they're going to trust most of those channels. And a lot of times, even good channels like mine, they get flagged for bullying and harassment and hateful and abusive content when I'm the nicest person on the planet. I create the cleanest content that doesn't violate copyright or has no copyright claims. People do that just because they wish they could be happy and be a decent person like me, right? Sometimes people will just flag you just because they hate you, when the truth of the matter is they really hate themselves. So YouTube understands that, right? So there's a mechanism in place, right? And to be quite honest with you, I think that YouTube does need to do a better job of handling those flags, because there are a lot of people being bullied and harassed on this platform. And other platforms too, but we're just talking about YouTube today, right? There are a lot of people that are being bullied and harassed on YouTube. And again, why, may you ask, why am I not flagging for anything? Because I've learned to handle it. I've been a YouTuber for almost 6 years. I'm a seasoned veteran. There's nothing that bugs me on this platform. I can just ignore things. Things don't faze me in the same ways they used to. I've become a lot stronger. And to be quite honest, whenever you have to take time away to flag for copyright or for community guidelines, it just takes away too much time from creating your great content. But again, not everyone is going to get that strong or be that strong. And then, you've got women on the platform that are being, that are having their vulnerabilities exploited, and they want to protect themselves from this type of bullying. So I get that. It's so pathetic that one dude keeps wanting to send people here to promote his network. Sir, you don't need me to promote your network. You've got your own network of people. If you're going to come to my channel and send people to promote your stream over mine, sir, it's telling me that you need my audience to keep moving forward. If you don't need my audience, then stop sending your people here. I don't care what you do, I'll just ban them right away. But it's pretty pathetic when you say you've got an audience of people and you don't need me for your audience, right? Right? Well, maybe you need my content and my audience to survive. I don't know, sir. I'm just here to do my thing. You do your thing. But twice now, this dude's sending over people saying, I've got this amount of people on my stream, and come over to this channel. The people that respect me are going to stay here no matter what, sir. And the people that are going to go over there, were probably there in the first place, right? And why don't you prove to everyone that you don't need other channels or to review full-length videos from other people? Why don't you stop doing full-length rebroadcast streams where you reuse a ton of content? Because, sir, here's the thing. Honestly, I don't want your channel to get shut down. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Yeah, Troll Patrol. It's all good, bro. I'm not worried about it. Here's the thing, sir. I don't want your channel to get shut down. You may think I do. I don't. But I can't control what other people do, sir. And right now, what you're dealing with is a bunch of angry people. right, that are coming at you. And what I would do if I was you, sir, I would protect your channel by deleting all those videos. I told you this years ago, before you had your first channel removed from the YouTube Partner Program. I even told you again when 2 months ago, or 2 or 3 months ago, you had a second channel removed from the YouTube Partner Program. And sir, let me tell you this right now, again, prediction. I'm trying to help you. Seriously, legitimately. I don't care what anyone thinks. I'm a good person. I'm a good person. And I understand your business requires you to do these things, sir. I get that. I get the nature of your business when most other people don't. But here is the thing, sir. Okay? You're about to have a third channel removed from the YouTube Partner Program. That's why you're building a new channel and sending people there, because you, sir, know. You, sir, know it's only a matter of time, based on what you continue to do, that you will be removed from the YouTube Partner Program on that channel that has, what, 2 strikes? I heard through the grapevine, people email me. I don't even want to know about this stuff because I'm busy, right? But people are emailing me, telling me this stuff, right? And I'm like, Jesus, man, here we go again. Come on, dude, protect yourself. Start doing the right thing. Remove all that content. Remove all that full-length content. Now, here's the thing. I'm not going to flag you for copyright. I've already said that. But see, here's the thing, sir. Even though I don't flag you for copyright, when your channel gets reviewed for inclusion in the YouTube Partner Program, they're going to see your full-length rebroadcasts of me, and they might remove you for reused content. Dude, listen, I'm not trying to be a jerk. And I don't care if your audience is laughing at me or calling me a lolcow or cuck. I don't give a shit. I'm seriously trying to help you and be a good person. Because if you don't do that, sir, I'm telling you, it's a matter of time before that channel's removed. That's a third channel, probably on the same AdSense account, sir. And then they might completely shut down your AdSense account. Then you can never be monetized on YouTube again. If I didn't care, sir, even about you turning your thing around, I wouldn't be saying this. I don't want to see it happen again. And it's heading that same way. But sir, maybe you want to get removed because then you can make content off of people getting you removed from the YouTube Partner Program. But sir, here's the thing. If it happens on a third channel, they might delete your AdSense account. They might ban you from the Google platform, sir. I hope they don't. Sir, I'm trying to help you, and you're probably talking smack about me right now. Deep down inside, sir, I'll tell you this, you know I'm right. And that's why deep down inside, see, that's why you're doing your streams now on that new Rooster channel, right? That new Cola channel, sir. I'm also gonna, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Forgive me, I forgot what I was gonna say. This doesn't go just for this person. This goes for any one of you. There are so many people. There are so many people that know about me and I know about them. Hi, I'm you here. Was sent to me under suggestions. Well, nobody comes in here and says that, sir, but I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. So you give me the reason not to, or a reason not to. But how you doing? Chicago Cubby. And here's the thing, folks. Speaking of which, this one person here that you folks have, I guess there's a group of people that are trying to flag him down, right? Do you not think that he's not going to go through your channel and find any piece of content that you've used on him and flag you down too? if he already hasn't done that. And so all of you, this is exactly, I'm good, thank you, well, you're welcome. This is exactly what I've been trying to tell people. It's stupid. Don't copyright strike people. Not for these reasons. Just ignore people. Stop talking about them. Stop using their content. Right? It's really stupid. And the easiest way to not only get removed from the YouTube partner program, but to get your channel shut down too. And there's, with no disrespect, there's one lady that was removed from the YouTube partner program, and luckily she was able to get her channel back. But if she continues doing what she's doing, she's going to be removed again. And I'm sure the necessary parties know who I'm talking about. I don't have to mention names. I don't need to do that. It's just for example purposes. But all of you are going back and forth using large portions of live streams and rebroadcasting each other's live streams, talking smack about each other, and then copyright striking each other, right? And you don't think that's going to raise flags in the YouTube system? It's going to raise flags for everyone that's involved, all parties involved. So why do you think I'm not involved anymore, right? Now, here's another myth. I'll say this again. I mentioned it earlier. Okay? Here's a big myth. There's no limit to the amount of copyright takedown notices you can put out there. You could put 100 copyright takedown notices on one channel, and all those videos go down, and 100 of them have a counter notification filed on them, and let's say the counter notification goes through on all 100 of those, and YouTube restores all 100 videos. You will not lose your channel for filing 100 copyright takedown notices that were valid and legal when you submitted them because of a counter notification, and then you didn't take them to court. You will not lose your channel. You are not violating copyright laws. You're not violating the YouTube terms of service. That is a myth. That is a myth, and anyone telling you that is not being, I'm not going to say they're not being truthful. They probably don't know the rules, or they want you to lead to believe that's the way it works to get you to stop copyright striking them. I can understand that. Right? I get it. I understand that. But it's a myth. It is a myth, because when I used to, file copyright strikes, I'd say out of the 210 copyright strikes I filed in the past on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, most of them were years ago, because I've had that channel for 3.5 years. About 20 of them were reinstated due to counter notification, and I never ever got any warning from YouTube, never had my channel shut down. I've been in the YouTube partner program on that channel for 2.5 years. 99% of my videos plus are fully monetized with the green icon. And same here on this channel, it's been monetized just over a week. All right? So take it from the horse's mouth. Okay? I'm experienced at this stuff. I know how the system works. I know what's going to happen if all of you just don't stop. I'm trying to help you. I'm putting on my business hat here today. I don't care if any of you want to call me names. I don't care if you want to shove things in my face. I don't care what you do. I care about you protecting your channels and creating something great and not putting yourself at risk of losing it all over stupid YouTube beefs, right? Hey, don't take my word for it. Wait and see what happens. If all of you don't go in there and start deleting all that long form content you've used of someone else's, primarily full-length rebroadcasts of other creators' entire streams while they're broadcasting them live, and then saying that it's fair use. Yeah, maybe. I think the copyright court wouldn't see it that way because it's too much of the content. But even if it's considered fair use and you don't get taken down for it, well, or you get taken down and then a counter notification reverses it, okay? Still reusing a lot of content. And if the content on your channel I think if more than half the content on your channel is reused content, you will first be removed from the YouTube Partner Program, and then you'll be shut down if you continue doing it. Got 16 people here, 6 in the box. Thank you so much for being here. Does anybody have any questions, or are you folks just listening? Feel free to get your questions, your legitimate questions, in the chat, because we're getting towards the end of the trail. We've probably got about 15 to 20 minutes left on the walk. You know what would be really nice to see? What would be really nice to see is just everybody get along. And I'm not saying that we have to agree on everything, but food for thought. Just listening and learning. Thank you, Chicago Cubby. Food for thought here. Would it be such a bad thing for all of us that have been flagging each other down for years? And I used to do it in the past. I like I said, I haven't done it for a long time, and I no longer do it. I'm not involved in any flagging campaigns at this time and never will be again. But what if we all just got along, and every so often we did some, shows together or videos together? We could all, call it a peace, right? We could all have peace, right? We can all stop intentionally going to other people's channels on their live streams and intentionally stirring up the pot to create a back and forth and to just start pissing people off and making endless amounts of content on it, right? Because that's what all these channels have been doing, right? And look what it leads to. It leads to them flagging each other down for copyright and having to deal with stupid shit. Right? What's even more sad is most of these people, they love drama. So the fact that this is happening is just another form of drama entertainment to their channel, to their followers, right? So the people that are seeing, these creators getting flagged down, and these creators run streams saying, "Oh, these women are after me, and they're trying to get me removed and this and that." Well, dude, you use a lot of their content and you talk mad shit about them, and you do it on purpose because that's your content, that's your business. But still, dude, it's not, come on, bro. What do you expect if you're going to treat people that way, right? And when they treat you that way in return, the same way, what do they expect from you? You're going to do the same thing to them, right? That's why I got out of this crap. I used to be involved with a lot of these people. And then when the drama got too much, I was like, I don't need this crap. It's stupid. It's not worth putting your channel at risk. It's not worth the stress, the mental anguish, right? It's not worth your mental health. Most importantly, you got to worry about your mental health when you're trying to, keep this type of content going and these types of businesses going, right? And what's even more sad to me, these are grown-ass adults that are trying to run these drama empire channels. It's not just one person. It's many people. It's many men and women. I more so see it with women, but there are some men that are doing this, right? Stop feeding into it. Stop making content. And if you're going to flag people for copyright for using your content, and you're using their content at the same time, then you're a hypocrite. Jan, what is happening? You seem so angry. I'm not angry. I'm a passionate man, Jan. I speak with perseverance and conviction and passion. I'm a real man. I'm not a sissy boy like many male content creators you probably come across. I speak like a man does. I'm not angry. Unless you're a suck account just trying to trigger me. I don't know why you would think I'm coming off angry. I guess you're not used to following channels of males that are real men, that have a real masculine voice. No disrespect, I'm just being honest. I just want to answer your question. You know what I'm saying? I can certainly refer you to some channels that have some very beta boy sounding voices. And if that's more your cup of tea, ma'am, I've got some great referrals for you. I've referred many people to other people like that can't handle my raw and real nature and masculine nature. But I help both men and women. But I do it with passion, perseverance, and conviction, and raw masculinity. I love helping people, and I love what I do. I really, really love what I do. And I feel the passion every time I do what I do because I really enjoy it. I want to help everyone become a better human being. I agree that's important. Jan, he's just passionate. Thank you, Troll Patrol. Chicago Cubby, I agree that's important. Can you share what is important? Be more specific. Finding hope. How do you balance your successful YouTube career and your personal life? That's a stab at me because I'm not a successful YouTuber yet. I've had my success in a previous line of work I used to do. So I'm sure you're trolling, but I'd be happy to answer your question. Okay? I'm working on building success out here. I've built 2 channels, one of them with my lady. But I built 2 channels between myself and my lady over the last 2.5, 3 years. Both are monetized, including this one right now that just got monetized last week. And we're focusing now on rebuilding and building a great audience of good people that want to take the next step in their lives, that want to learn to love themselves more and live a more positive life and learn to squash away all the negativity and the hate. But I hope that answers your question, Finding Home. How do I balance it between my work and my personal life, my successful to be YouTube career? Let's be real. Okay? Let's be real. It's not fully successful yet. But, I've reached some success and still working on it. But I've had success in other aspects of life. And between my YouTube life and, my coaching business and my lady is working with me. She's my business partner. My lady and I work because we both are very similar in the ways that we see the world, in the ways that we love people, in the ways that we truly want to help people become the best version of themselves that they can be. Well, now I'm going to remove you because now you're just trolling. Okay? And I already knew you were trolling based on your first question, but I'm not going to answer your second question. It's not necessary. And if you're real, maybe I will answer. You're asking me, why do other channels rebroadcast me? Because they see value in my content. That's all I can say. And like I said earlier, and I've been saying for the last several months, I don't copyright strike people anymore, and I don't file community guideline strikes anymore. I don't flag anybody. You know why? Because I want to prove to myself, first and foremost, that despite who comes at me, who rebroadcasts me, or whatever happens, I'm gonna make this successful, no matter how hard it is. And when I do it, I want to show you folks, if I can do it with all this happening, you can do it too. But I do think you were trolling, so you got removed. But I answered your question regardless, because it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. So again, I haven't mentioned names here, but there are some people that know who I'm talking about, and the rest of you can figure it out. And the whole point of this was not to point anyone out. It was to help everyone on the entire platform that comes across this video to better understand how copyright works and what is actually considered fair use or isn't, and how the whole system works. Most of you don't understand how it works, right? And for those that think they understand how it works, and they're laughing in your face because you've put a couple copyright strikes on them, and they're going to file a counter notification and get them reversed, which will happen. To those that have filed copyright strikes lately on certain creators, and they're filing counter notifications, they will get it reversed. And within 10 to 14 days, the strikes will come off, and the videos will be reinstated. But what the creators getting the strikes don't understand is that that's putting eyes on your channel for reused content. Now YouTube's copyright department, which works hand in hand with their monetization department, have eyes on everything going on that channel or those channels, right? That are being flagged for copyright. And I'm telling you, it's only a matter of time before these channels that now have eyes on them because copyright strikes were filed, despite the fact that they're going to be reinstated via counter notification, the reused content is still there. And I'm saying, look, take my word for it once and for all. Whether you love me or hate me, take my word for it once and for all. Remove all that content, or you will be removed from the YouTube Partner Program. I don't know when it's going to happen. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen next month. Every 6 months, they review channels that are in the YouTube Partner Program for continued inclusion. You don't believe me? Tell me to F off. I don't care. But if you don't believe me and don't handle this the right way this time, I'm not going to laugh at you when you get removed, but I want you to remember this moment when you do get removed. Many people wonder, hey, why do I care about people that have come at me, used my content, this and that? I care about people in general. I just want everyone to be happy. I'm trying to be the better person here. I'm trying to say, hey, when is enough enough? What's it going to take for people to understand this? A lot of this stuff has been going on for years out here with the same people, right? Or at least for the last year and a half or so. You all just need to stop. You're all grown as adults. You all just need to grow the fuck up. And start focusing on creating other content that's going to better define who you are as a creator. I do my walks every day. It's just myself, my camera, my microphone. This is 100% my copyright. I'm not worried about people flagging me down. What are you going to flag me down for? Walking or walking on the trail? Eli's infringing the trail. He shouldn't be walking on it. It's not owned by him, so he can't rebroadcast or he can't broadcast on there. It's a public place. Start doing things like this, right? Find different ways to engage your audience rather than just constantly rebroadcasting other people's content in its entirety and talking smack about those people to entertain an audience of people that love that kind of cringy stuff. I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but continue doing it and see what happens. God, I don't know how many times I've talked about this. It's the same old song and dance with a lot of the same people, but some new people too. And quite frankly, I'm more concerned about the new people, but even for the older people that have been down this road before and didn't take my advice. Come on. Fix it. Turn it around before it's too late again. But see, they're not going to listen. All they're going to be doing is more of what they've already done that's going to get them removed. Just like right now. I'm probably being rebroadcasted right now, right? And that's fine. They have my blessing to do so. And sir, I'll just let you know. Advice. You want to monetize that new channel because you probably fear you're going to lose another one, right? So you're looking for a backup, right? Even if they still allow you to have a Google AdSense account, once that the one that's currently monetized gets demonetized, when you try to monetize this new one that you're broadcasting me on now, I'm assuming you're broadcasting me. You probably are, sir. Do you think they're not going to look at all the reused content and say this channel does not qualify for monetization? Come on, dude. Or are you going to fix that right before you get monetized? Because here's the thing: you need the watch time, so you can't remove that reused content because then you won't have the watch hours. So I don't know how you're going to do it, sir. I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Just do it the right way. Do it the right way, man, and just create some greatness because you're much more capable than that. And same with everyone else. All of you can rise above this. All of you can rise above this, right? All of you can rise above this. Is it going to happen? I haven't seen any changes in like 5 years with some people, and there are some new people that I've gotten to know over the last year or two. I've tried to talk with them, I've tried to help them, but they keep doing the same thing. Same thing, right? Same thing. Well, all of you, one day when all of you, pay the price for not listening to what someone that cares about you is trying to help you with and protect you from, when you pay the price for it, don't cry for me, Argentina. Don't. I'm trying to help you guys. Love me, hate me, I don't care. Talk shit about me, I don't care. That's unnecessary. I'm not mentioning any names. I'm just sharing examples. There are many YouTubers that are doing this, and it's affecting their channels. It's getting them removed from YouTube's partner program. It's getting their channels shut down. It's just the type of content they create, and the amounts of content they use of other creators that causes the issues. Hey, nothing wrong with using other people's content under fair use and using small excerpts, but fair use does not allow you to rebroadcast an entire hour-long stream, even if you're doing commentary the whole way through. You're taking away from the original piece, and that is not fair use. But again, YouTube will put your counter notification through if someone does file on something like this, file a copyright on something like this, and the only way the original content owner would win is by taking the infringer to court. And then the infringer is in essence just playing the system, and that's all they do. They play the system because they know that more than likely the people that they're using their content, large parts of their content, are not going to sue them because they don't have the resources or money. And that's that to me, honestly, that's just a character flaw. That's just somebody, or those are just people that that just don't want to. Those are people that really ride the line of ethics, in my opinion. Let's just put it that way. I'm gonna hop off right now for a second, come back, check out the chat one last time, and then we're gonna wrap this up. And who knows, I may be back later tonight. All right, folks. All right, folks. We are leaving 10 in the box, 7 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Please like, share, subscribe, bang the bell, select on notifications, and that way you won't miss anything here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. I may go live later tonight from here. Also, subscribe to my main channel, Coach Eli Elias Melas, Nightbot, sharing the link every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. I'm going to be putting out some pre-recorded content very, very soon on there, and it's going to start getting consistent between pre-recorded content on my main channel and then live streams here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. With that being said, thank you to everyone for being here. Have yourselves a great one. See you next time, and as always, be good to each other.